Boy band versus girl group night was awesome, and what's even more exciting, Sean Spicer is finally voted off Dancing with the Stars after surviving 9 weeks, which I'll get to a little later in this video. So let's get into it. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dancing with the Stars Superfan, back with another video, and we're going to be recapping Boy Band vs. Girl Group Night as Joey Fatone was the guest judge. They were going to have 2 guest judges in each round, where Emma Button was going to do the guest judging with the girl group dances, while Joey Fatone is going to do the boy band dances last. But because Emma could not even make it because of scheduling conflicts, so that is okay. I felt like he did a pretty good job, actually, better than Leah did. So let's get started. And if you like this video, so hit that subscribe button and leave a like in this video and leave a comment down below, and also turn on the post notification bell to keep you up to date on my next Dance with the Stars content video. First up is James and Emma dancing to the jive to I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters. Len liked the speed on the underarm turns and the kicks and flicks. Joey thought James makes it look easy and has been consistent, like it's true. Bruno thought he danced it very well, but it could have been more pump into the leg. And Carrie-Anne called it excellence and loved it to smoothness and finesse, although he was a little off at the very beginning. I thought he did really well. His steps were amazing, and I loved the split in the end, even though he was a little off, but it's still a good dance though. And judges scores are, they were all 9s, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Next up is Sean and Jenna, filling in for Lindsay again, dancing to the Argentine tango to Bills, Bills, Bills by Destiny's Child. Joey said it is not easy being green, who was referencing Sean's outfit. He liked Sean's frame, but not whatever he was doing with his feet, and his fluidity was stompy. Bruno agrees that Sean tries very hard, but the routine was more of an Argentine struggle. Carrie-Anne appreciates how much effort he's putting into the competition, but he's missing the artistry in his dancing. Len said the best thing about it was that it wasn't very long. He was just walking about as far as he was concerned, and Len said he didn't like it at all. That was a little better than last week, and he had some really good sharp edges in certain points. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 7, Len a 6, Joey a 7, Bruno a 6, which gives him a score 26 out of 40. Next up is Hannah and Alan dancing to the salsa to Scrubs by TLC. Bruno likes to see her confidence growing, but tonight the timing went off. However, she's still a star attraction. Hannah reveals that she was trying to save her outfit during the routine. Carrie-Anne loved the attitude, but the lifts were out of sorts. Len thought the lifts were good, but she occasionally got ahead of the music. Joey says what matters is that she had fun, but he admitted that the lifts were a little sloppy. I felt like they did a good job, but not as good as last week, and I felt like the lifts were out of sync and sloppy too. And the judges' scores are, they were all 8s, giving them a score 32 out of 40. Next up is Ali and Sasha dancing to the samba to Wanna Be by the Spice Girls. Carrie-Anne thought it was amazing and they were so in sync, she was flawless. Len thought there were tons of recognizable samba with great technique. Joey also thought she was amazing. Bruno said, I'll tell you what I want, more of that! He thought it was a proper, technical, absolutely right samba. I felt like the dance was good too, and it had great technique as well. So the judges' scores are, it was a perfect score, which gives them a 40 out of 40. Next up is Lauren and Gleb dancing to the quick step to You Can't Hurry Love by the Supremes. Len loved the choreographic details from Gleb, but there were a couple of moments that weren't quite dead on point. Joey also thought there were a couple of issues here and there, as he said the audience boos. But Joey lets them know he's been on the dance floor and they haven't, which is true. Bruno felt she captured the emotion of it, but it was slightly behind the music. Carrie-Anne disagrees with her fellow judges. She thought it was fantastic. Now, that was a little better than last week, and even though there were little mistakes, it was still a bounce back. The judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 9, Len a 9, Joey an 8, Bruno an 8, which gives them a score 34 out of 40. Last up in the first round is Cal and Whitney dancing to the Paso Doble to Free Your Mind. Joey mentioned about one of his lines, but he thought he did a good job. Bruno loved the power of the performance, but he has to be careful not to be close in the lines because he tightened up a bit. Carrie-Anne says, free your arms, because she thought his use of the space was too small. Len thought it had too many gimmicks and not enough Paso Doble. As the crowd boos, he stopped talking. I really was amazed by his Paso Doble. He had some amazing sharp points, full on attack, and it was spectacular, and it was one of my favorite dances of that night. Even though his points were a little small and too tight, but it was still an awesome dance though. And judge scores are Carrie Ann an 8, Len an 8, Joey a 9, Bruno a 9, which gives him a score 34 out of 40. Alright, let's move on to the boy band round, also known as round 2. First up, James and Emma danced to the judge to Bye 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 by NSYNC. Len thought it was too much boy band and not enough dancing together with Emma. Joey doesn't disagree with the assessment, not surprisingly. He thought it was awesome though. Bruno also thought he could have spent more time dancing with his partner. Carrie Ann said he has amazing ability, he gives it 300%, but his elbows were a little low though. When I first saw the dance, I was like, wow, they have some really impressive dance moves and everything in between. And the judges' scores are Carrie Ann a 9, Len an 8, Joey a 10, Bruno a 9, which gives him a score 36 out of 40. Joey gave him a 10 because he was part of this boy band, NSYNC. So, that's that. Next up is Hannah and Alan dancing to the tango to Boy With Love by BTS. Joey thought it was fantastic and so far the best dance of the night. Bruno is purring like a kitten at the purr, undiluted pleasure of the dance. It brought passion, but it was elegant. Carrie Ann thinks she brought back her A game. Len thought it was a little bit loose on occasion, but otherwise, he said well done. I felt like the dance was better than her first round dance, and I didn't see any mistakes this time. And the judges' scores are Carrie Ann a 10, Len a 9, Joey a 10, Bruno a 10, which gives him a score 39 out of 40. Next up, Sean and Jenna danced to the Foxtrot to Story of My Life by One Direction. Bruno says no surprises there. You're definitely solid and consistent, and his technique always goes in one direction, but he presented it well enough though it was clumpy instead of fluid. Carrie Ann says unfortunately you lost your step in the middle of it, and she understands that he's doing the best he can. Len thought it flowed, then it splattered, and a couple of drips, and eventually it stopped completely. Joey tells him he gives 100%, he takes a beating and just keeps going. I felt like it was okay, but it wasn't as great as I thought, but it wasn't horrible. And judges' scores are, they were all 6s, which gives him a score 24 out of 40. Man, talk about more bad luck than that. Next up, Lauren and Gleb dancing to the rumba to I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys, who also received a special visit from AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys. Carrie Ann can't believe how far she has grown. She liked the confidence and sensuality, but she needs to worry about breathing through her movements. Len liked it. He called it sure-footed, well done. Joey would give it 0 based on the song, but he's joking though. But the dance was amazing though, that's what he said. Bruno thought it was smoky and smoldering. That was a lot better than the first dance, and the good news is, she didn't let the Backstreet Boys down. And the judges' scores are, they were all 9s, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Next up is Kaylin Whitney dancing to the Viennese Waltz to I'll Make Love to You by Boyz II Men. Len thought it was a really polished performance. Joey thought he did a great job. Bruno said he danced like a perfect gentleman, and his musical phrasing was spot on. They were sensational. Carrie Ann agrees with the other judges, but what impressed her the most, he took direction after her criticisms of his first dance, and it worked. I thought the dance was perfect. He was nice and smooth, and the turns were amazing, so that was a great redemption from the Paso Doble, and this was also one of my favorite dances of the night. And the judges' scores are, it was a perfect score, which means Kaylin Whitney's first perfect score of Dancing with the Stars. So I was very happy. So great job, Cal. Last up is Ali and Sasha dancing to the jazz to Step by Step by New Kids on the Block. Joey thought the energy was absolutely amazing. Bruno thought it was pure pop delight, and it compares Ali to Paula Abdul, who was on Dancing with the Stars as well. Carrie Ann thought it was flawless again, and thank you for making it so much fun. Len thought her bubbly personality was reflected in the dance. That was a good way to end that night, and it had some really cool moves and jazz dancing to it, and that was amazing. And Ali thought the dance was the other one where like they moved their legs like back and forth, and that was the other dance. That was the right stuff dance, not the step-by-step dance. The reason why I know that because I see the music video and the dance moves all the time. And anyways, the judges' scores are, it was a perfect score as well, which gives them 2 perfect scores that night. Now let's talk about the scores from both dances that night. Ali and Sasha at the top with 80 points, Kaylin Whitney with 74 points, James and Emma with 72 points, Hannah and Alan with 71 points, Lauren and Gleb with 70 points, and Sean and Jenna at the bottom with a dismal, but a little bit close, 50 points. Now let's talk about who will be in the semifinals next week. First up, they called safe was Ali and Sasha, then Kaylin Whitney, James and Emma, Hannah and Alan, and Lauren and Gleb. When they called Hannah and Alan last to be called safe, I was so excited. I was like, yes, He's gone. He's gone. Sean Spicer's gone. They're going to vote him off no matter what. They're going to vote him off no matter what. Yes, finally, it's over. Which means the Sean Spicer fan base massacre is finally over. Carrie Ann and Bruno vote to save Lauren and Gleb because they were in the bottom 2 as well. Since Sean is gone, we now have a competition. We don't have to worry about Sean's fan base, which was a huge threat later in the season. And we don't have to worry about good dancers getting voted off early than the other dancer who doesn't dance as good as the frontrunners. And plus, we don't have to worry about a Bobby Bones win. I'm really happy that my predictions are right. When I said in the beginning Lauren would actually last until before the semifinals and into the semifinals, and my prediction was right. My prediction with Kel and Whitney being a contender is right, Hannah and Alan being a contender is right, Ali and Sasha, forced to be reckoned with, contender is right, and James and Emma exceeded my expectations. I thought he was going to be a potential underdog, but somehow he's being a contender, which is awesome. And that'll do it for this video, so stay tuned for next week. It's the semifinals, which is going to be really exciting. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with Star Superfan. Catch you next time.